Modifying your stance or grip is a hugely effective way at amplifying your effort while still not changing the load we're using. So here I'm doing an RDL, both legs on the floor, so the load is being shared by 50%. Here we go into a staggered or kickstand position, and here I'm putting as much weight as possible through that front leg, and that back leg is just like a kickstand on a bike. It's there for balance, it's not there for load. So you can see I'm imagining I've got eggshells under my back foot there, and now much more challenged is being placed onto that single leg. From here we can move to our 2-1 variation that we may have seen before, where we're going to lower down on one leg and we're going to come up on two legs. This is typically because we're stronger in the lowering phase than we are in the lifting phase, so we can lower weights that we can't lift. So you can see here I lower down under control on one leg, bring that second leg back in, give it just enough support to get me up, so I'm not really driving hard through that left leg, it's just enough support to get me back up, and then I perform that way down again. We can progress this, of course, one step further by going to a true single leg RDL. Now, whilst this allows me to load up that single leg, it does bring with it a huge balance demand because I'm having to not rotate at the hips and not fall over. And so you may never get to this position, you may stay at the staggered position, but that's our progression from two legs to staggered to 2-1 to single arm or to single leg. And here we can do the same thing. So I'm doing my ring row here with two arms under control. So 50% of the challenge in each arm. From here, we're going to go to our staggered variation, and we call a lot of our staggered variations when we use our suspension trainer an archer, and you'll see why obviously into that kind of archer position. So my left arm here is doing the vast majority of the work, and that right arm is doing just enough to help me come up, but it's doing it in a position where I'm not particularly strong, so it can't really contribute too much. Next, we move into our 2-1, so I come up with two arms, I punch that left arm forwards, and the right arm has to control it all the way down. This is a super challenging exercise for even advanced trainees. And of course, if we want to take this one step further, I'm going to get rid of that right strap and I'm going to perform repetitions simply on my left arm. So again, we've gone from two arms to staggered to 2-1 to single arm row.